Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful dandy day. Unfortunately for us, there's some news that's been going on here that Kamala Harris is, not the greatest. And we also know that, well, the United States government, please trust the government because they won't mistakenly, lose or give $239 million to another country. Yeah, you heard that right. So, ever since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, or I would say the communist Harris, is really just been horrible. I don't know how we can really stay with this administration, or God forbid, to be stuck with a Kamala Harris administration and all the dangers that they propose, considering they mistakenly lose money. But what we have here is from the BRICS News saying United States government mistakenly transferred $239 million to the Taliban. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure that's all fine and dandy, right? I'm pretty sure that $239 million is just no piss water, right? That's not going to hurt the American people. It goes on to say here, the Taliban has received at least $239 million in the U.S. aid aimed at counterterrorism after State Department vetting procedures fell apart, according to a government watchdog. The government watchdog, the Special Inspector General for Afghanistan Reconstruction, issued a 2024 report identifying at least 29 grants where the Taliban may have erroneously received counterterrorism funds. Investigators found that the State Department failed to comply with its own counterterrorism partner vetting requirements in Afghanistan. Judicial Watch reported. The funds came from State Department divisions called Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, and International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs. The report identified more than 24 instances where these divisions failed to keep proper vetting records. Oh my, oh my, oh my. And we have this here as well from Mainwire, saying pretty much the same thing. U.S. State Department accidentally gave $230 million to Taliban since disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. Report. And it says, in total, state could not demonstrate a compliance with its partner vetting requirements and on awards that dispersed at least $293 million in Afghanistan. State officials acknowledged that not all boroughs comply with the document retention requirements. The report figure doesn't include the estimated $7 billion worth of military equipment, such as Humvees, Black Hawk helicopters that the U.S. military left behind for Islamic extremists to claim. Yeah, so that's funny, because that just means that we pretty much gave the Taliban $7 billion and $239 million of just funds. One being not actual money, but, military vehicles, that they could just use against us, because that's great. And then, of course, we mistakenly gave them $239 million. So, what's going on here? Because it says here the report suggests that not only did the Biden-Harris administration allow the Taliban to regain control of Afghanistan, which resulted in the deaths of 13 U.S. service members and the seizure of military equipment, but has also likely been giving money directly to the radical Islamist group. Guys, where are we in this reality here? Well, let's just talk about this for a second here. This administration botched the Afghanistan withdrawal so bad that it left 13 soldiers that were killed. The families of those dead soldiers did not invite Biden or Harris to it, but they invited Donald Trump, and now we're getting reports of Kamala Harris and Biden, or we would say just Joe Biden and the Kamala Harris administration, because Joe Biden's still the president. He's just somehow in his lofty vacation room doing whatever. And they gave $239 million to the Taliban, our enemy? Is this some type of satire? Is this a South Park episode? This is what we're living here under this administration, guys. This is what we are living under this administration. They're just gonna... here's the thing. Is either they willingly gave $239 million to the Taliban, or, worse, they mistakenly gave $239 million to the Taliban. One is actually worse than the other, to be kind of honest with you, because if they just gave it, it's like, okay, well, they gave it, we don't like that, so this is how the Democrats do it. But if it was a mistake, well, then that's even worse. That means they don't even know how to allocate their funds correctly. So we're saying here this, guys. We're saying this here, that we want Kamala Harris as the president of this country, but she's also, her administration, or the people, the administration that she's a part of, mistakenly gave $239 million to another country. It doesn't even have to be the Taliban. It could be really any country, and it just accidentally gave to them. Guys, why would we want this person in office? For all we know, they probably have billions of dollars missing. It says, as it goes on to say here, Biden's decision to hastily withdraw U.S. forces from Afghanistan has been widely panned by American military and foreign policy experts, with many questions centering on why the evacuation used an airport at the heart of Kabul rather than the more secure Bagram airfield located 60 kilometers north of the capital city. Yeah, that's also another questions here, and all that. You know, probably because some of the people that they have in their administration happen to be trans people that I don't even think they even understand on what war is. But despite even whether they're trans or not, which that should not really indicate on, you know, what they, if they're good at the job or not, but, you know, they have to put inclusivity and stuff like that into the play, they failed at this. So, they do have these people that are trans that are in the military, and that are high up on there. So this is actually a bad thing for the trans people, because that just shows that the trans people that are in power, that have military power, have no idea what they're doing, which makes the trans people look like a bunch of idiots, because this is the first time that they're in here and they botched this so bad. So again, trans people, if you want to go after me, I don't know what to say. All I'm doing here is saying you have these people that are here, that these high up people that are trans, and they botched the Afghanistan withdrawal really badly, and we're just gonna just say this is so fine. This is not a bad look for you guys. I don't know what else to tell you. So again, this is something here that's quite insane. I don't know what else to tell you. The Afghanistan War, America's longest foreign war, cost U.S. taxpayers an estimated $2.261 trillion over the two-decade-long conflict. 2,448 U.S. military personnel died, along with 3,846 U.S. military contractors. It is estimated that more than 45,000 Afghan civilians died over the course of the war as a result of the military conflict. Yeah, I really just don't want to, I don't want any of my soldiers over there. But, be as it may, this is the administration that we're dealing with. This is the administration that we have to be under, and, I highly suggest people to maybe just stop voting for Kamala Harris. Maybe just don't vote for her. Because if this is all happens to be true, and they just mistakenly gave this, that means we can't trust them anything with our funds. At all. Among the other issues that they have with this thing, right? So, yeah, this is insane. This is absolute lunacy, and I don't know what else to tell people. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.